Hello, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here, you guys, and my apologies for being late. I have not been feeling the greatest, and please forgive my voice. I sound like shit, but thank you so much, you guys, for being here. All right, Cancer, set your course. Know where you wish to go, have a plan and the right direction, and then you have flexible. Now, let me just say before we get started on this, flexible, no matter how you look at this, is saying that you cannot be too rigid. But right now, some of you are needing to be very certain about what direction you're headed in right now. This to me feels like in order for you to accomplish your goals and what you are setting out to do, you're going to have to be more flexible than what you would like to be. I almost feel uncomfortable with this. But the thing is when you look at flexible, it does say that you're not compromising what is important to you, right? So for some of you, if it's career, like for example, this would be like, I'm never going to go back to that job, right? And I can't tell you how many times I've said that over the last year, and guess where I'm at? Back at my old job, right? For some of you, it's, I will never date somebody with this, or that. And that may be where flexible is coming in. It's not saying that you have to, bend over backwards. Somebody has to let me know. Oh my God. Okay, so your overall Cancer, the Knight of Swords. I always look at this one and think words hurt, right? But somebody needs to get cut. Like they need to be cut with the truth. Now, this could be direct communication that is coming through to you in terms of action. It's no hesitation. The Knight of Swords, it's good and bad. There is a sense of like conviction, right? But then there's the other part of it where the Knight of Swords takes off with limited information and maybe saying some things that could be regretted later. But, we'll see here. But this is like needing to have the absolute truth. I never question that with the Knight of Swords. But it's just the delivery that isn't exactly the greatest, right? But we'll see here. Now, in the past, the Ace of Coins. I always find it interesting when we look at new beginnings in the past, because I always look at, okay, so this is clarification on what the past issue was, but it can also show, things that are being brought back up from the past that we're now having to face. And when you look at new opportunities in the past, it could be talking about something that you've taken advantage of or something that has not been fully realized yet. With the Ace of Pentacles, we could be talking about work relationship, how that goes, but it's about something that is realistic and practical. It is just the beginning of continuous growth, right? I love the Ace of Pentacles because I feel secure with it versus the Ace of Cups or the Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords is great too, but in terms of seeing, growth in something materialize, this is a perfect beginning. But with the Knight of Swords, it's almost like before this can be realized and before we can see the potential growth, there are some things that need to be spoken. Now, for some of you, it's now is the time for you to start taking action with no hesitation, right? Oh, shit. Oh, Cancer. In the present, the Three of Swords. So, heartbreak. Some of you may be dealing with this right now. And it could be, and I'm just being honest here, just with the three, the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Pentacles could be showing that we had an opportunity to start something very realistic. It's time to see this growth, right? If it's about a relationship, we're going to go the long haul and we're just beginning here. But then you move into the Three of Swords. And with the Knight of Swords, it could be somebody needs to hear it, right? Now, sometimes the Three of Swords can show that that heartbreak is like, has already happened. It's been there for a while, but we're thinking about it. And it's like, now we need to speak it, But I want to see what's going on in your environment. But I kind of get the feeling like somebody needs to know how badly they hurt you, especially with that Knight of Swords. Future conditions, strength, and this is, finding the strength to, say what needs to be said or to find the right words to communicate here. But the thing is we can't sugarcoat the truth, right? But I also look at this and I think that in future conditions, right, you're going to have the inner strength to, persevere. For some of you, it's not necessarily holding yourself back, but, finding the courage to continue this situation, even though you're dealing with a heartbreak. So we still have this realistic opportunity. Can we find the strength? But is the only way to do that by being very blunt and very direct, right? Like not holding back anymore, needing to make sure that everything is clear. I used to say with the Knight of Swords, this is somebody, when they come towards you and they want to say something, they don't really care about a response. That's not what's important to them. What's important to them is that you get the message, right? And I really feel like this is Cancer right now doing this, right? And it could be you like literally laying down the law with somebody, especially if there was heartbreak. And I'm telling you, flexible is not saying that, you have been too flexible. This is saying that, you can't be too rigid. And I feel like I need to remind some of you of that, right? Like sometimes we have to compromise, but you cannot compromise your own integrity. But at the same time, maybe we need to be a little bit more flexible with, letting go of some heartbreak, or flexible on how to deal with this, because this doesn't have to be the end. That's what I want to say, right? Like, and I don't think that some of you want it to be, especially if this is relationship, I'm seeing this one a lot in who else just got this? I think it was Gemini. The Four of Coins as far as your best path to follow, but who else had this? I think it was Aquarius too. The Four of Coins is we're holding on. We're trying to maintain things here. We don't want to experience loss, which would be the Five, but nothing changes. And there may be some things that you are holding on to that maybe you do need to release. But the thing is there's like with the Knight of Swords, it feels like there's no other way to release this without it having to be this way. It has to be harsh, it has to be direct, it has to be communicated. But, and like I said, with strength in future conditions, I don't think you're holding yourself back. But with the Four of Coins being your best path to follow, some of you may be in this place where you're just needing to let it all go. Don't hold it back anymore, right? Oh, Cancer. Oh, I see what's happening here. And what's interesting is set your course, and then I look at the sun. When we look at like our sun signs, it's our soul, but it's our sense of direction, right? Our sense of self, our identity, what we identify with. But the thing is if we're identifying with heartbreak, there's something wrong. It's like your course or the path that you're setting for yourself right now unfortunately involves heartbreak or separation with the Three of Swords. Now with the sun though, we could definitely be saying that this is all coming to light. Everything is being shown to you, and there may be some things that you weren't aware of. It's not like a high priestess type of thing, but it's clarity on all of it. Why the heartbreak was caused, why there was a separation. There's nothing deceptive going on in the present moment. That part of it has already passed. You see what I'm saying? So you're actually dealing with the heartbreak of the situation here, but getting the full realization of it with the sun. Now, for some of you, absolutely, it could be that if we're talking about health issues, you could absolutely be feeling drained right now and you're trying to get your inner strength back, right? And we're needing to fight, right? But needing to let go of some things that would hold you back. Cancer. And I look at the sun and I think this is not where I wanted to go. I did not want to have to deal with this. There was this brand new realistic beginning, but here we are. Okay, yeah, your hopes and your fears, the Page of Swords. So, and here's what I feel like here, and let me take some coffees here. I need to settle down. So the Page of Swords, like I always say with this one, a lot of times it can show that we're needing answers. We need more information. We need to understand the details. The problem is that a lot of times when we're dealing with the Page of Swords, it could be somebody who was isn't wanting to give like the full story or the full truth. It's half the story, half the truth. But the other thing though is a lot of times when we're dealing with the Page of Swords, whatever comes out isn't satisfying. It's like no matter what they say, it just doesn't, clarify it, right? Like even if they were like giving you the truth, you may look at it like that's not the whole story, but you're never going to get it from the Page of Swords. You understand what I'm saying? But for some of you, this could be fearing about, what else is being said, especially if it's about like gossip. But for a lot of you, it's just fearing that you don't know the whole story about something. But the Sun is there saying, yes, you do. But no matter how many times you question this person, they're not going to be able to give you a direct answer. It just doesn't work that way with the Page of Swords, Now, for some of you, right, that being hopes and fears, we could be talking about, somebody who is like creating some problems, like butting in where they shouldn't be, which is why we refer to that as like the stalker or the spy. But I think it's more so about information and communication, especially with the Knight of Swords being the overall here, But somebody hurt you. Somebody really hurt you, and the full extent of that is being revealed, I think, with the Sun. But the thing is the Sun is also about bringing things back to life, right? So can a heartbreaking situation be brought back up? Because you still have the Ace of Pentacles coming through. But damn, man, Cancer. And then coming out the High Priestess. Boy, all right. This one for me is always about observation, but this is also with the High Priestess, trusting what your intuition is telling you. I don't think that any more hidden information or secrets are going to be coming out. I think that what you're doing here is communicating in a very strong way to get to the things that you have been observing or noticing and wanting it all to come out, all of it to come out, right? Because you feel like there are some things that have been left unanswered or unknown, I think, with the Page of Swords, which is why we're questioning it. Now, somebody else, though, could be looking for information from you. We could flip the script on this. But I'm looking at this from Cancer's perspective. So you still have the Sun in your environment, which is saying that everything has been revealed to you, but I don't know that you trust that. And that's understandable if you're dealing with the Three of Swords or somebody has, hurt you or caused a separation, right? So not so bad. It's not so bad, all right? But you have to, trust your intuition here. And you also, I think, with the High Priestess, need to kind of watch what is going on with your situation or the person that you may be dealing with, right? Especially if this is relationship. They may be revealing something different to you that is showing that, we don't want to repeat a cycle. We want to have a better opportunity, because I feel good about the Wheel of Fortune, but you're the one that's going to have to find the strength to want to do this, right? Do you want to go another round? Especially with the Devil being there. So with the Nine of Cups, I kind of look at that with the Ace of Coins and think that for a lot of you, yes, this is what you want, right? We want to have a new start. We want to be realistic about what's going on. But the thing is I don't think that you've been unrealistic. I think that you know exactly what it is that you want. I think that you know exactly what is going to bring you emotional fulfillment. But when we go back to flexibility, is this something that you can forgive, right? Because Three of Swords, again, dealing with heartbreak, but maybe needing to get past that. But then you do have the Devil, right? And unfortunately, I feel like for some of you, this is reoccurring, and I say that because of the Wheel of Fortune following it, yes, but this is like one of those things that just keeps fucking popping up, right? This negative shit, negative person, right? Somebody who is a negative influence. For some of you may actually be looking at a relationship as it's an unhealthy attachment. But what you want is to have a new beginning where the Devil is not there anymore, right? And now, for you, with the Three of Swords being there, this may have been a situation that was so bad that it's not hard, or it's not easy for you to, let it go, which is why we're looking at you needing to find the strength, right? But I think that once the communication is out there, even if it cuts, it's like you're watching how this person handles it with the High Priestess. But the thing is that, we're looking at a fortunate turn of events with the Wheel of Fortune. Possibly a repeating cycle, maybe. But the thing is if you're watching this and what you're seeing is something different, then there's a reason to hope that there's going to be, better circumstances this time. Right? But that depends on you, Cancer, and what you think you're seeing and what's going on. It's interesting. But yeah, I would say, especially with the Sun, the devil is being revealed. The negative aspect that may be influencing a start or preventing something from starting in the way that it should be with the Ace of Pentacles. But I like the Wheel of Fortune, I do, especially with the Nine of Cups. This is just the thing that you're dealing with in the present moment, but it's how you handle it coming out that I think is going to determine what happens later. Are we repeating this, or are we looking at, you watching a different turn of events here once there is the communication with the Knight of Swords? Now, this could be, though, for some of you, some information that is coming to you, but the truth, is eventually revealed. Everything is brought out into the open. And I worry a little bit about it being misinformation. But the thing is you're looking at it with the devil makes me think that this isn't the first time that you've dealt with this. Okay, so risk is I think in this case, you not wanting to risk having to deal with heartbreak again, but just be saying that you need to just kind of be within the flow of what's going on. We don't need to force anything. We don't need to take immediate action, but you're needing to just be so that you can listen to, guidance, right? And understanding what you need to do with this situation. If you take action right now, I feel like that would be a risk. Especially if you don't want a situation to end. But, Cancer, the thing is I think that if the Sun is there with the devil, there may be a little bit of paranoia almost with the High Priestess, what else is going on? Let me put a magnifying glass on this, right? But you may be looking for something that's not there. But you may be really trying to find your strength to say something here, or you may be being really forceful with the situation and wanting the truth even if it hurts, or like I said, for some of you, you're going to have to say something that may hurt. It just depends on what your situation is here, but I still feel good with the Wheel of Fortune because of the Ace of Pentacles kicking this off. Okay, it's not there for nothing. Even if it felt like it was a wasted opportunity in the past, it's still coming through now. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to just be right now. Don't take any action on anything that's definite, right? And pay attention to, the guidance that's coming through to you that's going to help you with what is the right course of action to take here. Because you're supposed to be setting your course and where you want to be, but you have to be a little bit flexible again, right?